Alice, this is the 2021 Gulf Vista Court address right in Orlando, Florida, for the most part, right? That's the truth. And I guess he's vaping right now. His Alice is from New York. And you know that I work for this. Well, I've told you that I work for the Central Intelligence Agency, right? And I do communicate with my dad, right?
Right.
Yes. And based on what you know, everything around here is copacetic enough to evolve security, security apparatuses. If the Central Intelligence Agency is going to have some sort of permanent foundation here in Florida, secretly, right? You would recommend additional security, right?
Sure.
Yeah, yeah. So that's what I meant. And hold on. So yes, Alice is my current roommate. I've actually purchased this house for my mother, or whoever else in my family member needs this particular house. We have the Central Intelligence Agency has bought up this neighborhood. For the most part, in other neighborhoods, we're going to integrate socially, racially, multinationally, and so forth. These sorts of neighborhoods here in Central Florida and South Florida, predominantly, toward creating a state that's very peculiar and leading America as the most powerful and most instructive integration as nation state in the world, toward managing the United Nations perfectly. Is going to evolve into being a world government. And yes, I'm going to be the first world president. As I have explained, I am Shawn Dexter John. Uh, So, yeah. And as you can see, I guess he's sending some of these footages to his kids in New York. I'm not too sure what's on the television right now, but anyway, you can see that the television is this is 2024. This is uh, March the 10th, 2024, and I do have a daughter, Keisha Williams, and it's with Rashida Williams, and we are getting back in contact with each other. And I'm going to reunite with Rashida Williams, and we're going to alter our identities into corporate identities with the Central Intelligence Agency, and we're going to move forward with our lives in the way I've detailed. And my female partners, my other female partners, it seems like countless to you guys, but I'm pretty sure that they're going to be Central Intelligence operatives and auditors themselves in raising and nurturing my intended offspring. I'm going to have 9,999 additional offspring over the next 10, 20, 30 years. I only have one daughter, one offspring right now, Keisha Williams. She was born Keisha John, and records are sealed with INTERPOL. She's confirmed as my biological daughter. There's no need to worry about that. Rashida Williams is the mother, originally from New Orleans, Louisiana, and that's the reality. Okay, so I'm gonna have this posted today on LinkedIn, and so hold on. The rest of the story is somewhat sketchy. So this is actually what's on this is actually what's on PBS documentaries. I'm pretty sure this is about ancient Egypt. This is March the 10th, 2024. So I'm not lying about the dates. I'm not lying about the year. And I want you guys to know that everything will be able to work out and manifest in a way that we intended positively. Okay? Guys, my social security number, my American social security number is 237-99-6640. My social security number is 237-99-6640. And my date of birth is January 13, 1985. January 13, 1985. I was born in the Commonwealth of Dominica. However, I'm a United States citizen. I've been a citizen of the United States of America for a while now. I first entered the country as a fixed resident of the United States in 99 as a kid, a 14-year-old kid. I first lived in Manassas, Virginia, essentially Dale City, Woodbridge, Virginia. I did attend Osborne Park High School for a year. Then we moved to Williamsburg, Virginia for a year. Then we moved to Lewisburg, North Carolina for 2 years. I actually did 2 years high school in Bunn, North Carolina, Bunn High School. And I graduated from Bunn High School before I went to Howard University in Washington, D.C. But my family did officially move to Florida, to the state of Florida, right before I graduated from Bunn High School, and I went to Howard University. So I've been a Floridian, for the most part, resident ever since 2002, 2003, actually. All right, even though I did have core residential status in North Carolina and I was a student, a bona fide student and undercover auditor and developing agent of the Central Intelligence Agency in Washington, D.C. at Howard University between 2003 and 2007. And then I did get an upgrade to be an manager of the Central Intelligence Agency and Interpol under cover, deep cover, as auditor, and I did so for. I've been a manager now. I'm chief manager over the whole government of the United States government. I mean, of the United States and its partnerships, including the United Nations and Interpol. So I've worked hard over the past 15 years, and additionally, the preceding 10, 15, 20 years. So that's the honest to God truth. Uh, what else do I need to make note of? Clay Crispin John was officially born in the Commonwealth of Dominica in 1966. Uh, I guess additional information might provide otherwise, but for the most part, his authentic and original identity provides that he was born in 1966 in the Commonwealth of Dominica. He's currently a Canadian citizen, but he's about to get American citizenship or permanent residence here in the United States of America, and then eventually American nationality and citizenship here in the United States, specifically here in the state of Florida. Test Man John, my stepmother, she was born in 1964, I'm pretty sure. It might say 1965 from time to time in alternate records, but I'm pretty sure that she was born in April of 1964. Chad Shem John was born in April 29th of 1987. Alternate records may say April 27th of 1987. So that's the reality, and I'm pretty sure that Crispin Al John, my younger brother, he was born in Aruba. I know for a fact that he was born in Aruba, and he was born in '97. I'm pretty sure it was '97, right? Yeah, he was born in '97. I'm trying to figure out. Yeah, he was born in '97, and Tassan was born in '99. I'm pretty sure she was actually born in '99, and TS was born in 2002, I believe, 2001 or 2002 in Charlotte, North Carolina. Actually, she was born at a hospital at a hospital in Cary, North Carolina, next to, not Charlotte, North Carolina. It was Cary, North Carolina. And they've lived in Charlotte, North Carolina for over a decade and a half now, for the most part. The Man John family, my siblings and my stepmother, my official stepmother. She's still officially my stepmother in some certain records. My father does have an additional daughter, actually additional offspring, Canadian born. So once again, Crispin Clay John has additional offspring since having fathered Crispin Tesson and Teas John. So he's moving permanently here to the state of Florida. And my mother, my biological mother, the mother who raised me for the first 12 years of my life before I moved in with my dad and Tess as a new couple per CIA and Interpol arrangements and natural romantic love. I'm not going to lie about that. So my mother is going to move here to Central Florida or South Florida. We're not too sure yet. We got to make sure that security is proof, and then we'll be able to decide on the specific location. So yeah, hold on. And my mom, I'm pretty sure that my mom, she was born Anita Phillip. Some of the records will say Anita Jacinta Phillip, and she was born in 1965. I'm pretty sure of it. That's what her official records will say. And no, I'm not on any terrorist list. And whoever said that I'm on some sort of terrorist list to be able to sleep at night, and they are certainly going to remain on the national security and international Interpol list of suspected obstructors and terrorist motivated, or as terrorist motivated. I'm pretty sure. Whenever you do classify immigrant uh, uh, operatives and agents working for the Central Intelligence Agency and Interpol, whoever they are, or I guess globalists, American-born activists and advocates within the federal government of the United States as terrorists, or sent into some sort of terrorist-like sensibility, you're naturally placed on a wanted list list by Interpol and the Central Intelligence Agency, unknown to uh, to the generality of the member states of the United Nations, including the United States and its federal government. And I don't want to be oppressive in communicating these things, but I need everyone to understand that my competence is not out of fear and it's not out of any particular struggle. It's my job to get the job done the right way and to be able to help progress, lead the progress of this particular planet. I mean, in this world, in in uh, in all capacities, in all sectors of society. Uh, I'm not going to negotiate anything with anyone. I'm not negotiating partnering people with people or any woman with any man. I'm not part of any of that sort of stuff. That only relates to me and the women who are going to have my children, who are going to be with me. I know it's going to sound crazy. 5,000 women, 3,000 guaranteed, are going to have my children to help me get to 10,000 genius-like biological offspring, future CIA agents and operatives. I'm not crazy at all. Okay, I'm not crazy at all. So yes, Testman John, my stepmother, the mother of my three siblings who were originally, who have been consistently in Charlotte, North Carolina, uh, was born in New York City. Honestly, she was born in New York City. She was born in Brooklyn or Queens. I cannot elaborate further on that particular matter, but I want you guys to understand this, okay? And I said, look at what I've had to deal with. Okay, look at the dirty floors and me being humble, saying I've had $10 million, not $10,000. I've had $10 million in my trust fund and estate accounts, and it's still there and it's untouchable. Okay, I've lived in this sort of situation. Actually, I've lived in consistently better conditions over the past 15 years in audit in the United States, the South, the East Coast, and also additionally Canada, Ontario, and parts of the Caribbean, minimally, but I've done predominantly my audit in here in the United States of America, my home. Okay, so I've audited the North, the Atlantic states, the Southeast, and and the Deep South for the most part. Okay, I've done a lot of work over the past 15 years. I'm very humble. So when you look at the floors, the dirty floors, I'm not going to be able to wax it. My brothers are going to have to do that. When you see the hole in the wall, what you have to say is that this young man is so humble. You guys have to believe that he's genuine about what his objective are and the Central Intelligence Agency of the United States. That's what you guys are going to have to conclude. Okay? So, and the agents are saying, well, it's quite destructive to preserve the United Nations and the way the Central Intelligence Agency is going to do under directives presented by Shawn Dexter John, is endorsed and authorized by him, actually articulated and conceptualized and drafted and authored by him, as I've demonstrated online via the series of publications I've provided. All right. So that's what I want you guys to understand. All right. So, okay, this is what I'm saying. The federal agents who communicate that, well, Shawn Dexter John believes that protecting the United Nations and protecting immigrants and migrants and refugees and minorities here in the United States and elsewhere, especially African Americans and this and this and that, is a bit demonstrative and it's a bit much. He's supposed to, try to abort the world war and just let nuclear weapon dissipate over time and just not. No, we're gonna have to bring this to an end right now. We've had to earn the end to global war, and this is the only way. We're gonna have to evidence for the rest of the human journey why there was no additional world war other than what we are encountering right now. We're gonna evidence why it came to an end, why there will be no additional global war, world war. We're gonna explain why there will be no other nuclear warfare succeeding what is about to happen in a few weeks into the remainder of the year, and why there's not going to be any African American destitution moving forward or poverty moving forward, and why black the variations, the spectrum of the African race or the sub-Saharan African race will be allowed to redeem themselves and forgive the rest of the world in stewardship and affluence as part of a restitution package of the United Nations, which has nothing to do with just mere financial or individual financial donations or gifted. It has to do with institutional, governmental, societal, and every other fundamental facet of society and civilization. Okay, guys? So that's what I want you guys to understand. All right, I'm gonna be we're gonna be quite productive. I'm getting a bit exhausted. I'm gonna have to rest. I actually got about 2 3 hours of sleep last night. I had to articulate some of my drafting to myself, just make sure that everything is logical, in compliance with everything I've written and published over the past decade or so. Only refined in what needs to be refined, but I'm pretty sure that my original uh, uh, argumentation, and then resolve, and then policy framework, and then comprehensive policy asserted by the Central Intelligence Agency is not only sound and logical and progressive, but it's the only way out of the situation we are in. The United States of America's economy is about to crash. The United States of America, its economy is about to crash if we don't get in the way. The world's economy is going to be a bit confusing if we allow that to happen. The United Nations has to evolve, remain and evolve into a world government, and it's going to be completely systematized with every national government of every member state of the United Nations, and every country in the world will end up being a member state of the United Nations. Okay, so that's what we're working on. That's part of what we're working on. And okay, so I'm gonna have to consolidate these video recordings into one, all published, all recorded today. Uh, Actually, tonight, this particular video recording was recorded tonight on March 3rd. March 10th, 2024. March 10th, 2024. And yes, and Tesson John, my my sister, she was born in Aruba also. And Chad, Shem John, he was born in the Commonwealth of Dominica also. And my dad's partner, new partner. She's originally from Saint Martin, and he has offspring. My dad has offspring with her, a Canadian born, and they're gonna remain here in this. They're gonna move here to the state of Florida permanently. Okay, so that's what we are working on. That's a personal matter. And yeah, so they said, how are we going to afford to run such a program, or how are we going to resolve the issues that we've encountered? When it comes to my program, we have a trust, not a trust fund, but we do have a trust articulated by corporations all over the country and all over the world, which will ensure that the Central Intelligence Agency and Interpol will be able to finance all of the training programs for my offspring. We're going to have 10,000 genius-like African American operatives and agents of the Central Intelligence Agency and Interpol here in the United States of America predominantly. We're going to help me run the federal government into the next uh, paradigm, and not into dysfunction, destitution, dissolution, uh, or a disfavor. Okay, so yeah, we have corporations which are going to back our programs, and we have so many new financial schemes via international bank, continental banks, and funds and so forth all over the world, as I have articulated comprehensively within my work papers and work reports, which will allow the world to exponentially grow infrastructurally, and economically and politically and socially without much interruption. There are going to be civil unrest and disruptions here and there for the remaining over the next few centuries. Naturally, that's part of the human journey. That's part of reality. But the foundations and the complemental organs and institutions and systems which we are uh, designing and deciding on, or what we actually have decided on as foundational and unbreachable, are competent, and not just competent, they are shockingly competent and proficient at getting the job done. We've studied them scientifically over the past half century, and with me in this particular life tenure, over the past 20 years. I've done a lot of work, and I've made sure that the original concepts that we did come up with for the world government and the Union of the Americas and the other four continental unions I have decided on are are proficient and commendable, and reflect Americana. In all honesty, the world has said yes to Americana in secret, uh, not the elite, but the folks who are who have been taken up into intelligence and security community, and given the opportunity to be trained into understanding what globalism means for humanity, what humanism and human development means for humanity in the long run, their children, their grandchildren, and if you believe, as you ought to, in reincarnations and resurrections for your own particular soul and being for the rest of eternity into heaven and beyond. Okay, so this is top secret information, but this allows people to believe in whatever they want to believe in, and disbelieve in whatever they don't want to believe in. Okay, but top secret is provides that when you get to this point of government, when you get to this point of being placed under constraint, in working with government, you got to accept that what is fact is fact. That Jesus Christ is God. Me, I am honestly God. I am Jesus Christ. Okay, and I created the universe, and everyone's soul is protected. Everyone's soul is protected, and everyone will eventually be in heaven for the rest of eternity, that all moral debt are paid. That's the reality. You don't have to believe that eventually if you don't want to believe it anymore, but that's the fact that's going to be presented to you guys on a consistent basis, and hopefully it's going to help you guys uh, address the issues we are dealing with here in America and elsewhere productively, proficiently, and without any reason to dismiss your confidence. Trust me, this is going to help out. I have faith in my Father, Jehovah the Father. Okay, have faith in me, guys. I want you guys to have faith in me. I have faith in my Father, and I've gone through the most grueling rite in this particular life tenure, and I've gotten through it. I always get through it, and I'm almost done with this particular rite. Okay, it's almost over with. Okay, we are getting black people out of destitution, out of shackles. They're removing their shackles. Okay, for good. All right, I have complete faith in my Father. Uh, um, I'm Big Brother to the high universe. Everyone in the high universe knows me as Big Brother to this particular universe, which was created by me out of my Father's universe, my original universe. I am God over it. I'm Father over all. I want you guys to trust me completely as I trust my Father, and I trust the civilization above, in helping us get to the right particular points, narrative points, uh, you know, into heaven for all. As my job is to get my universe into heaven, to never uh, lose confidence in it, to say I'm going, to essentially say I'm going to bring you guys up here with me. That's what I've been saying the whole time. I'm going to bring you guys up here with me. I'm going to get you guys to the next level, and I'm going to do so consistently. And I don't have to sacrifice anymore in the way I've had to sacrifice in the past, including in this particular life tenure. But I'm going to make sure that you guys get to the next level, and the next level, and the next level, without any room for doubt in our minds, and from the higher universe, and my colleagues aside myself. Okay, so yes, I am Big Brother. I'm not just Big Brother to Tessa, I'm Crispin and Teas and Chad and the rest of my particular household, or the household I grew up with in this life tenure. But I'm Big Brother to the high universe. Okay, I'm the uh, uh, oldest soul born uh, out of the children of my father, other than his wife and his first lady and his sister angels. My father in his universe, he has a first lady who's exactly like Rashida, and in sort of soul composition, and and a sister angels, 2,999, 3,000, and who helped them guide their particular universe, my original universe, and it helped me get through my rigorous development of my particular universe, our universe, this civilization's universe. Okay, so yeah, I'm the oldest child of my father, and and that's the reason I'm Big Brother. And yeah, so it's not just in you guys' mind that the show Big Brother was covering a certain stuff. Okay, but yes, I'm Big Brother. Okay, guys, and I'm not gonna be oppressive as Big Brother. I'm not gonna be oppressive. All right, so I do audit my original universe, the high universe. I do govern the third dimension in representation of my father, and they get annoyed and they always kick me back to my universe. but they follow my law and my policy that rules that particular dimension, the third dimension. But I respect them completely. Okay, I'm Big Brother. I audit them from the bottom when I'm here in this particular first dimension or this respective universe, core of this universe, and when I'm in their third dimension, which they're going to have separated from the third dimension I'm creating for my particular universe, separate from theirs. So my dad can have complete control over my original dimension. Okay, it's just a compromise between me and my dad, so he remains in complete control over my mind, body, and soul, especially in emergencies. Okay, so all right, guys. Excuse me. So